Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this live stream. I hope everybody is really doing well. And it's 29th April, so we are very into the month end, guys. So today is the monthly closes for the stocks, for the overall market, so as the Bitcoin CME. So I think that we are going to see a lot of volatility today. Basically, it's going to be a lot of up, down, up, down. So what exactly we're going to do today on the stream is, first of all, what levels do we target, or what levels you want to see as a trader or as an investor for BTC or for the overall market, so as to have some nice confidence in the market. So yes, we're going to discuss about the monthly first, and then we're going to talk about the lower time frame moves on the BTC. I mean, before we also go to the high term time frame, yesterday I did a live session where I mentioned that the red zone is what I assume that this is going to definitely reject around 40,000, 39.9 to $40,200 levels. And that's exactly what we did yesterday. We rejected very nicely from perfect 40,371 is to one extension. Now we did went from 40,370 to 39,200 levels on the Bybit. And now this is very, very interesting. This was the first leg. I estimated that yes, if we want to be bullish, you need to reject from here, go to 39,200 levels, hold that levels, bounce, and we then move up to the levels of we keep on having a push towards $42,000 levels probably. So now all eyes on here, what exactly we are going to do on the BTC on this lower term time frame. So before we go to the lower term time frame, ladies and gentlemen, let's first of all discuss the higher term time frame as to what we expect for BTC on the monthly, or what exactly I would like to see on the monthly, because today is the Friday. You can expect a lot of volatility, guys. Also, I must tell you, you may also expect some low volume today, because today is the last month of Ramadan. I mean, last Friday of Ramadan, and maybe a lot of traders who are or trading from the Middle East or Eastern countries, or the traders who are Muslims, probably they are literally not gonna have spend more time on the on trading or even on doing business, because today is the last day of last Friday of the month. Basically, everybody's going to spend time in prayers, because it's the month last day of the month. And even I'm going to go for prayers probably next 1.5 hours, and then I'll be back probably in next 6 to 8 hours. Guys, it's like BTC is at a very crucial level. First of all, yesterday, yes, we had some decent close yesterday on the daily, but that does not hopefully gives me a lot of confidence that yes, BTC is reversing. No, unless and until we reclaim the levels that we have lost, 40,800, that the every bounces should be shorted. Every bounces. It's like it's so easy to play, unless and until we reclaim the levels of 40,800 to 900. No, it's like we don't long, or maybe just we can scalp it probably, but it's like every bounces will be shorted. And it's very, very, very simple, because as a trader, you know that 40,800 is not the levels from the $67,000 highs, but these are the levels when we first made new all-time highs, like 64,000. And it has proven to be a very, very tough levels, not only in the weekly, but on the daily as well as H4. So what 40,800 is absolutely the best levels for BTC to literally flip it if bulls are literally want to control it. Now let's talk about BTC CMEs, because I have told you many times the BTC CME chart is very different than what we have for futures, because for the perhaps because the BTC CME did not had that big dump previously. Like we literally went to $41,000 in a single day, where the CME, because we dumped on the weekend and CME was closed. So the chart literally is very different. The wave counts are different, and it looks very different, honestly, if I have to tell you. So let's go to the first of all BTC CME chart. So we go to the BTC CME chart, and here we are. Cool. So basically, this is the 4 hour charts, ladies and gentlemen, and let's go to the daily before we just go to the 4 hour chart. Would be nice. So you see the BTC CME chart, and let me also put the Bitcoin perhaps chart, basically from the Coinbase. That would be very nice. Uh, Daily. Now, here we are. So you look at the wick over here, as you can see, the same wick you won't see here because it happened over the weekend, and hence the CME is having a very different move than the perhaps or the spots. Comparing to the other charts, CME is, I think, the most accurate and it's going to give you the direction. But nevertheless, what happens is when CME goes up over the weekend, you can know anything can happen over the weekend for BTC. It can just literally dump, pump, whatever. So basically, it's like, but for the high term time frame moves for accumulation and everything, I think the CME chart makes more sense. And I've told you in the previous lives as well. The CME, charts is very, very crucial and very, very important for us. Now let's talk about the CME charts first for the high term time frame moves. Now, as we are having a monthly close, we're just going to discuss more about the monthly first, the levels we want to see on the CME, that what exactly I want as a trader to close the CME. So very interesting is since last 3 months, I would say, the big dump happened from January, February, and March. We have never ever closed on the CMEs under the levels, and those levels were 39,000. These levels. And those levels are 38,484. Yes, we did once closed for the month of February, and that was like a very very no, February closed at $42,000. It was just a wick actually. So everything, it's like we are just wicking, we are wicking, and this zone is now proving to be a big, I would say a very big demand zone. So basically you have a very nice OB here. You see the OB. This is the OB. I mean, this is where people are literally buying. And if I have to tell you that, yeah, we have very nice OB here as well. And you also have very nice OB at these levels as well. Practically, I'm just going to change the color for this. Also, I'm just going to change the color for this as well. Okay. And we have tested this OB many times. You see, we just January we bounced from these levels. February we tested this with these levels, and now we have yet not tested nor with these levels. Okay, making it a very super impressive. Basically, we are grinding actually. So we have just tested 2 times, and still we are holding every time we go inside this OBs that we have on the monthly. It bounces every damn time it goes to these levels we bounce. So today, if I have to tell you what exactly we are watching on the BTC or expect, I would not want BTC to close today under 38,480. So if we do close the monthly under 38,480 for CA means, then I think it will be pretty much bad, because then it would mean that yes, we are literally going to the first OB that is around 35.5, and maybe it will fill all our orders. And as I mentioned that, what happened is everybody's watching to this bear flag. But sometimes I do think that I was just looking to the charts yesterday after the eighth thing. Honestly, I did not watch the charts. I just went to I went for prayers, go to bed, relax, and then came with a fresh mind, and just even saw that the BTC, whatever we are saying, the bear flag, there is a very likelihood that this is exactly not the bear flag. Why? Because two reasons. There is a possibility. I'm not saying that it is not the bear flag. There is a possibility it might not be the bear flag. It is like this whole move down was your wave one, two, and you got it like 1, 2, 3. This ABC was for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 was your wave 5. Practically, this is your wave 3, and then you got like A, B, and C, or like a W, X, and Y, whatever it is, like wave 4. And now we are getting 5 waves down for wave 5. Now the 5 waves down for the wave 5, honestly, if I have to tell you, the best part about this is capitulation. The wave 5 should be acting like a capitulation followed by a big green candle. So practically, what happens is normally this is how the volume goes actually. I mean, I don't know whether you have done a volume study or not, but this is how it happens. So remember always, whenever you see, big, whenever the price is in uptrend, this is an uptrend, okay? The wave 3 is going to have a big volume, like a big candle. So wave 1 is going to have the one candle, green candle, and the wave 3 is going to have much bigger green candle than the first one. And wave 5 is always going to have a very low green, volume actually. Basically, you will feel that the move is going up without any volume actually. And then you will get a very nice divergence, like a bearish divergence or some sort of a confluence that you're going to have, like 1618, maybe any harmonics or whatever. But this is how you identify where the wave 3 would be. And similarly the opposite, if I do the opposite of this uptrend, you also have the downtrend. So when you see the downtrend like this, the 5 waves move. When we had volume here, 5 waves, look at the volume on the wave 3 here. It is the highest among the preceding volumes we have. So practically this was the highest, and it confirms that yes, this was the wave 3 actually that we were looking for. And after that, what happens is, when you had a wave 3, wave 5 was literally followed by a big candle, take liquidations out, and it's like a green dildo, like a wave. And similar kind of a move I'm expecting here as well for a BTC. So what do you expect? What I expect for BTC is, might have yet not seen the wave 3. Now the wave 3, because I don't see, because every big wave 3 that you see over here, every 5 waves, so every wave down is going to have 5 waves, every wave. So wave 1 has 5 waves, wave 3 is going to have 5 waves, wave 5 is going to have 5 waves. So practically, I'm expecting that we're going to get some squeeze, and that squeeze should be followed with a big buy, like a candle. It goes down and just bought up very quickly and reverses, and it traps everyone inside these levels, like trap, and then whoo, up. Something like this. Basically, it's like um it's like you need to take the capitulation, you need to take everyone out of this longs. Now a lot of people have started building the longs, lot of people, everybody is super bullish. And let me tell you one thing, if you just look SPX, it's not out of the woods yet. SPX perfectly rejected the levels I mentioned yesterday. Yes, I was sleeping, so I did not happen to look at this, but yes, we went slightly above those levels. I'll just look at the SPX. Well, SPX looks to me like this. Look at this. We perfectly rejected, and the 4 hours, it makes me believe that we perfectly went to the levels of 4,311. Remember when I mentioned that if we break above 4,231 these levels, we are definitely going 4,300 levels, and that will be the wave 4 actually. And that's exactly what we did. 4,311. It's like A, B, 1, 2, 3, 4. Might have one more push up towards 4,320, but that's it, Raman. Today we're going to see how we close, but most likely, in my opinion, this is, even if we do something like this, one more squeeze up, I would like to see SPX being looking forward to one more big down followed by a big buy and reversal, like a V-shaped recovery, forming a very nice inverse head and shoulder and pump for the B wave. That's what I would like to see. So practically this move down on the SPX, I think, is coming. So hence we should be looking for even the BTC move, because let's say Saturday and Sunday or the weekend, so weekend market is going to close, only the Bitcoin is going to Bitcoin market or the crypto market is going to open. So practically we might see some scamming moves, and hence what I believe is 39,200 is a very crucial level. In fact, on the monthly, I think bulls needs to defend the levels of 38,520. So once we defend these levels of 30 at 520, as we have never closed under these levels since January 2022, we have never ever closed under these levels. The bulls will definitely try to defend these levels, definitely. But let's say if CME closes under these levels, then I think Monday is going to open with a big sell-off, and that sell-off is nothing but is going to be like a big capitulation. So basically, next week and the beginning of the May, we'll have a or the beginning of the May begins with the capitulation, and then probably we start going upwards. You know, the way we did it in October. So guys, something like this is very interesting for honestly for me, for a BTC, guys. I think the best part about the BTC is when we are looking for these kind of a big moves. The best part about the BTC is that it will surprise everyone, because the best part is, first, it's going to give a big surprise by literally take everyone out of the game, and then literally go for a big reversal. Second thing is, when everybody expects BTC is in bear market, it goes to 25, 24,000, even $13,000 with just having this bear flag. I can see that it's not going anywhere under 30K. Honestly, I have told you many times, we shall not be seeing 30K. Told you many times. If we are literally bullish, it should not say, because when we are bullish, guys, I have studied SPX, I have studied SPX like almost 10 years chart. I have studied BTC past 5 to 6 years chart. I can tell you one thing, that when we are very bullish, you don't make irregular expanded flat every time. You always make a running flat, and that running flat should not go anything under 30K levels, and hence that's the reason I'm going to play with this risk. But even if, let's say, even if just BTC wants to go dead and SPX just don't hold these levels and just wants to get wrecked, then it's like a big capitulation happens. But one important thing which is there in front of us is dollar. DXY looks toppy to me for the local top, for the wave 3. So practically DXY is going to ping pong between 103 and 106. It's going to just do ping pong. Remember the red box I discussed yesterday? Remember the red box I gave yesterday, or I discussed about the dollar index, where exactly I think it's going to top. I do think that, guys, this is going to play out. Definitely. Which also means that, I think if we go wrong, it's like the whole market is literally going to go wrong. It's not only us. Everybody is going to go wrong. It's not only us, or it's not only me. But let me tell you one thing. I think there are two ways of playing. So there are two ways of playing. First, there are people like me who likes to play the levels. So basically, I know that we are going to have the capitulation. So let's start prepping up for the capitulation from $37,000. Add to our BTC longs exposure from 37K till 35.5, and forget about it. And just look for longs, because we expect $34,000 to hold. And that's why our stop loss is at 34K. If I do feel that it needs to be moved, yes, I will move it to 33,500 or 33,300 along with the rest that it has. So practically, it's like, first of all, yes, this will be the first type of a trader who plays levels and they try to beat actually. The second type of traders are the safest traders. They literally play bets on once the clear PA develops. So they don't care about a V-shaped recovery. They don't care anything. They're just happy to miss the moves for the V-shaped recovery, or they just don't want to take that big risk. So what they do is, once BTC literally goes, like, let's say it just dumps and closes like this kind of a candle, the next candle they start stepping in. Any retracement they get it, they buy. Hold, buy, hold, buy, hold, buy, hold, like this. That's how they play. And also I have seen, majority of the people, they try to be like a second type of trader, but they end up being the first type of a trader. But They literally don't know what levels to bid, how to bid. They just go with their full capital. They don't have the risk management in place. They don't know actually what is doing. They just hopium. They just hope that we bounce. No, we don't play with the hope that it bounces. We play the levels. It bounces, it bounces. It don't bounces, fuck off and just get off. It just fucked us up. Like what Ape did to us actually. It dumps, it has to dump. 161, it was the levels, it has to dump. If we are literally doing ABC, but instead it just had a move for 1 2 3 4 5, like what waves did. So similarly, BTC as well. Now there are two things. You may even argue, then why exactly are we going for the first one? Why can't we wait for confirmation? Well, honestly, yes, you can wait for a confirmation, but that, there is as a trader, you can, if you are literally accumulating BTC, or let's say you are in 96% USDT, you don't wait for an confirmation. It's like, these are the best levels for BTC and the risk reward is amazing. If you get an average of $34,000 for an example, or even $32,000, let's say we literally have a big capitulation, we literally go to $32,000 and go like a perfect double bottom kind of a thing. Let's say, just for an example, it's like you literally get a very nice RR, because even if your average comes to on the spot buys, average comes to around $32,000, $28,000 don't make sense for you. It's like a $4,000 move on the downside, but the upside from 32,000, the upside is like $78,000. The risk reward is fucking amazing, and hence that makes a more attractive trade actually, rather than you just wait for it to dump. It's like you just start buying. You don't want to miss it actually when we are literally the bottom. This is how the traders like me, who are literally sitting with the 96% USDT in the spot bags, you just need to start buying. That's it. And then that's what I will do. I will just keep on. I have all my limits set, as I mentioned yesterday as well, on the Bybit, FTX, as well as Binance for the spot bags. I've literally set all the limits, and let's see how things plays out. No, for the spot bags, I also have a 20% allocation under $32,000, just in case we go for the double bottom. 33,000 to be precise. If we go for a double bottom, yes, I do have 20% set aside just in case, and I also have 20% aside for 34,000 week just in case. So practically, I'm just going to go with like 60% of my cap with the buys for BTC alts in general, and for the 40%, I'll just keep it aside just in case if we go for a big capitulation. And if we go for the big capitulation, I will still have 40% to DCA and bring my entry down, and that's how I'm going to play. Because the downside from here, I think, is very limited. Upside is honestly something I see that should be coming, because we still have one more wave pending. I still believe that the one more wave pending. So yes, on the Harden time frame, you can today we need to see a very important levels for Bitcoin, that BTC institution, the BTC CME should close above 38,520. We do close above 38,520, and yes, we are still on the Harden time frame bullish. So this is the wave count I have, guys, and this 5 waves down. Remember, this 5 wave, the 5th wave that we are talking about, not necessarily it needs to go that deep, because the wave 4 was slightly extended. But one more thing is, yes, people who play the ranges, they feel that when we reject the equilibrium, you literally need to go down to the range lows. Not necessary. There is no rule that we actually need to go down to the equilibrium. There is no rule. And yes, if we literally close this CME today under 38,520, then probably I'll have to cancel my bids from till 35.5, and we then have to have the lower bids, like from 34,300 to 31,700, with the stops under 30k. So today is very crucial for us. So now the CME, all eyes on the CME, how it closes. Okay, 38,520 is the levels I'm watching desperately for the CME to close above these levels. Now, let's go to the Bitcoin on the lower term time frame. Yesterday, when I mentioned that this is how I would like to see the BTC, if you remember the red zone, I told you that this is where honestly I would have shorted, and honestly, I expect a big rejection and the retest of 0.886 Fibonacci levels. You see the move that I drawn 39,204, and we perfectly went that. The candle literally went to 39,180 on Bybit, slightly under, and bounced to literally the levels of 39,591, even 39,615 on the Bybit. Now, for a confirmed upside, let's say we want to see a more upside move. Let's go to the 15-minute chart. Well, if you really want to be bullish and you want to see more upsides on the BTC, what you would want to see is we now should hold the levels of 39,200 practically, and this forms like an irregular expanded flat that I explained yesterday. And once the first move is done, the first leg on the downside is done, and now if we are bullish, we should be holding these levels of 39,200, and we should be looking for a move upside towards a new highs like 40,740. Take everyone out and dump. I got some nice stinky bits filled on the BTC. I just kept it overnight on the Bybit at 39,208 just in case. So I'm having a nice long on the Bybit, and it is a net longs actually, because shorts, majority of the shorts I've hedged it, as I told you many times. I've hedged at 37,900. Majority of the shorts that I had, not only from $47,000, 47,400, but also from $42,000 levels. I had it, and from this one I already booked the scalp. I already booked all the profits. Practically, guys, I think what is very important, what is very interesting is the scam pump we had across the night. Scam pump and scam dump. This scam pump and dump literally tells me this is exactly the kind of a move that people expect from BTC. It's like you never anticipated that the rising wedge on the BTC that we had like here is literally going to play like dump. No, we are doing ping pong, and look at the volume over here. The volume pretty much suggests that this move is clearly like wave 1, A, B, C for wave 2 accumulated, and now we're going for most likely the wave 3 if we do hold these levels like this. Wave 3 here, wick up, something like this. And that's pretty much very interesting. I do think that, guys, if we do hold 39,200, I think we're going to have the big move on the upside on the BTC. Very nice move on the BTC. We might get it. I have a very nice exposure on the longs, so let's see how things plays out. But nevertheless, if you look at from the perspective of the fibs, I think the fibs would never lie. It's just that you should know how to draw it, and this is the levels where you want to draw it. 1 second. It's A. So how am I drawing the fib? From A to B, so as to see the extension and the targets. So as I told you yesterday as well, so far I'm seeing this move as A, B, and C, B, wave 1, A, B, C, 2. And if you do hold 39,200 levels, okay, then this is like wave 1, A, B, C, 2. Going to have wave 3, makes new highs, 4 and 5, maybe going around 41,400 or so. And that's how the C goes. Like this. Now, if you do get a rejection, let's say, and if you do get like a triple bottom, it's accumulating. It's like we buy everything at 39,300. I'm gonna give you a long with a very tight stop loss, even for a scalp, because the targets would be very nice towards $41,400. So practically, if it gives you one more wick down, I'll be looking for buys like this with a 0.74% stop loss, and the take profit targets is going to be The first take profit target is going to be 40,700 or 649, 40,890, and here. It's going to be a very interesting move by the BTC. Very, very interesting. Remember the harmonic that I drew yesterday as well? Anybody remembering the harmonic that I draw? I think it should be there if I have not deleted. Yes, this one. The 786 move on the BTC or even 886. So C can be a slightly extended C, okay, because we are not doing WXY. So if we are not doing WXY, not necessarily that C should go or reject from 1:1 or 1:36 extension. No. If we are doing WXY, then yes, this theory applies. But if we are not doing, it does not apply. Practically, you have a very nice move in front of you. It can even go for an extension to 886 like this. A clear 886 on the BTC, like 40,429. So this will be a very overextended move. But we know that we are going to a little bit aggressive and gonna take profits. Somewhere around 786 would be around 41,900, and an overextended move would be 42,300. That is the place where we start shorting it again. That will be the place. That would be the place. So guys, if I have to give a scalp, I think this is the best way to play the scalp. Now, looking to this kind of a move, it's like A, B, and this was 1, A, B, C, 2. And we can just keep on moving up, chop, chop, chop. And also might literally have some nice push to the upside. We close a very nice monthly candle. Weekend would be very nice. All the weekend moves would be very... we might get a very nice green across the board on the alts, especially Litecoin is looking fucking bullish. I hope that we don't miss it. I really hope so. And along with Litecoin, as I mentioned, CHR and analiz both looks great. AXS, yes, I got some nice spot bags on AXS at $37, and it's pretty much looking great. Now, what you expect is AXS should definitely hold this levels of 37, because guys, if we don't hold the 37, as I mentioned yesterday as well, it's literally gonna go and test the deeper levels of 35. And what I mean by plus, my stop loss is 10%, which means if the price drops from 37 to literally around these levels, 33.3, I'm going to manually close it. It's okay. I have a 10K spot bags on the AXS, only 10K dollar. So I bought a 10K dollar of AXS. 10% is, I just want to take $1,000 risk. And why I'm just taking $1,000 risk? Because of this thing, you see, because I know that the risk reward is amazing from here. Like you're risking just 10%, but that 10% is going to make you a very nice move. You see, exact 10%. Let's have it 10.21. I don't care, because this move should have a minimum retracement target of 0.886, which is like almost 18-hour setup. If you just have a proper 10%, it will give you 18-hour, exact 18-hour, which means your 1K risk is going to make you like minimum 18,000 bucks. And let's say if it goes to my initial plan that AXS is full-fledged tracing, and this is kind of a bottom that we are looking for from the week of accumulation pattern, that from the week of accumulation pattern, practically this is like some sort of a nice sell-off that we got it, a retest of the resistance, ST in the first phase, then you got like a test of the resistance, ST in the second, and like a spring in the second phase. You get this spring. A spring can go anywhere. You don't have the levels, but you get the spring, and from there we start reversing. You go up here, accumulate, and we reversed, and that's why I think 37 makes more and more interesting levels for AXS. 37 to 35 is absolutely the nice levels in my opinion for AXS, ladies and gentlemen. I personally believe this. I personally feel that the AXS is like a very, very overextended move in my opinion. Very, very overextended. So AXS is having a very nice bet. If I have to tell you, it's looking very nice. Very, very nice. So 1 second. So if you look at from the week of accumulation pattern, AXS looks awesome. Yes, Roder, I'm just gonna check your DM once I'm done, or probably if it is something like this is what I see for SPX. Yes, I have a very similar move on the wave 4 actually, as I mentioned just now. Like this is your wave 4, we go for one more big down and then push it up like this. That would be like something like this on the lower term time frame. It's going to be 1 2 wrong, because you have the volume here. Practically this is 1 2 3 4 and 5, something like this. Practically we are forming a very sharp falling wedge over here. Something like this, 1 2 3 4 5, a diagonal, and then push-ups like this. It will be fucking awesome, don't you think? So guys, I hope Litecoin fills us before a big move coming. I just want Litecoin to literally fill us, give the $96 long, and then fuck it off. But looking to the BTC that we are watching right now and the expectation we have, we might not get it. This risk reward is amazing on this BTC long, very much amazing. Now you may also argue that we are still in the downtrend. Yes, we are in the downtrend, honestly. If you have to tell me, if I had to tell you, yes, we are still in the downtrend. We have lost the levels of the range lows, now acting as a resistance, and the only support that we have right now is this, which is like 39k. You lose 39k, khalas, it's just going to further go to $37,000 along with the SPX. But remember SPX today, now what are the levels you would want to see on SPX? Okay, let's also just watch before we just have some more important plans for BTC. How you would want to see FTX closing today as a trader. Guys, SPX is already in some, you see, it's already having a bad monthly. Practically, we have never seen SPX closing under 4,350 to 4,360, even 4,000. We have never seen closing under 4,350 levels. Never we have seen. So basically, we are already facing some bad monthly on the SPX, which also tells us that, and it gives a very confidence to my play that I have for SPX, is this 3,700, 3,000. So that I have. So practically, it gives you very nice levels of confidence that SPX is practically doing. Like this was an irregular expanded flat that we saw on the SPX, A, B, and a sharp dump on the March 20 C, 1, 2, and we started wave 3, A, B, C, wave 4, and then we need to have one more push up to the $5,000 or so. I think SPX is looking pretty much good. The sell-off over here on the wave C looks great. I think we need to have that one more move down, but the SPX have literally lost it. So today, at least you want to see, at least, okay, I'm saying at least means minimum. It means that you don't want to see SPX closing anywhere under these levels. Basically, these levels. At least that's like $4,300. That's the levels you would want to see SPX 4,301. So you don't want to see SPX closing under these levels, because we have never been in under these levels since July 2021. So it's like more than 9 months, or this will be the 9th month. 1 2 3 4 5, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, it's ninth month. So it's like since 8 months we have never closed a monthly candle under 4,301. So it's like if we do close under this levels of 4,301, it would be like a very big disaster, because then it would be like that we are definitely going to have some big move on the SPX, not only towards to wig these levels of 4112 as I mentioned, but to these levels. And remember, why are we bouncing from these levels is only and only because we have a very nice OB here. This is why the buyers tap in, but we have already been breaking these levels 1, 2, and 3 times, and we also have a very nice range lows on this wick over here. So practically, it's like that's the levels, reasons why we are holding these levels. But if we do not hold these levels, we have a very nice fair value gap. And this is the fair value gap. We partially filled it. We might just go and fill the rest of the gap and go to the levels of 4,555 and even go to the levels that we have never seen it before, to 3,974 or so. So ladies and gentlemen, SPX is at a big support and today is going to decide. The New York session should close SPX at least this monthly. They need to protect. They need to close SPX above 4,301. If they fail to do so, guys, if they really fail to do so, then the next month is going to begin with a small bounce, pop up, and that bounce will be shorted very badly, and that takes SPX to literally the levels as I mentioned on the 4-hour chart. Basically, it takes it to, where is my Deloitte wave count? Brush, path, trend. Basically, it takes then SPX to the levels of 1:1 extension and 1, 2, 3, 6, like 3,900 and 3,672, as we mentioned and as we discussed as well. These are the levels where you would want to see SPX holds. So guys, we are at a very crucial levels. Today you will want to see SPX close above 4,301. If you do close above 4,301 just once, and after that you can just have all your retracements and scam dumps, take everyone's out and then pump whatever it wants to do. Today we need to close in the 4,301. Close above 4,301, or at least at 4,301. You don't want to see anything under 4,301. Okay. So this was about SPX. BTC, I already told you. Today, all eyes on CME. 38,520 is what the CME levels would be. Okay. 38,520. Now, on the low term time frame, I think that this move is one more thing. This pump can also, many people can say that this was your wave C here. But if this is wave C, guys, then what is this move on the upside? It's A, B with a low volume node. It's like, no, this is not a wave C in my opinion. The wave C should be somewhere around here. But then how this ABC fits into our bigger picture of BTC? Okay, how does it fit? Let me just first of all hide all these things. Correction, let it just be. Let's just be the correction. Hide the fibs. These levels for now, I'm just going to delete it because it don't make sense for now. Cool. So how does this overall picture fits in our bigger wave count that we have? How does it fit, guys? Well, let's say this is your wave 4, guys. Just assume for one minute. Have a picture in your eyes that this is your wave 4. Okay, A, B, and C. A bigger ABC, A and ABCB, where B was not lower lows but higher lows kind of a thing, and you are going to have similar move like this, A, B, and then you got a big pump, dump, and then something like this. So practically you see this move here, what we are watching, you see a big pump, retraced, and do something like this. Similar move we are doing over here at the moment for now. A big pump, dump, and retrace the whole pump, retrace the whole dump as well, and then probably coming back retest the levels. So right now what we are watching here is A, B, and C, correct? So guys, what is interesting here is how this count fits into our bigger move or bigger picture. One thing is, let's assume that this is wave 1, which I think this is a wave 1 actually, and this is our wave 2. Now wave 3 should have 5 waves down. So let's say this is your wave 1, 2, and now we're gonna have move down. So practically it's like 1, A, B, C, 2, and this was your small wave 3 over here, 4, and then you have A, B, C for wave, or maybe like something like this. Hold on. I'm just gonna put it like this. Let's see. This is 1, 2. So for the wave 3 now we are talking about. Now wave 3, we don't know where exactly the count would be. Just gonna have the sub micro. And again, I'm gonna have some small counts. That's going to be 1, A, B, C for wave 2. And then you have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So practically this can be, or maybe like 1, A, B, 1, A, B, C, 2, 3, 4, or maybe like A, B, and C, 4, 4. But before that A, B, C, we need to have the wave 3 here. So this needs to be wave 3. The wave 1 was here, so we hit 1:1 extension. That's like your wave 4 here, possibly. And this move down, what we just saw was your wave 5. It's like this is your wave 5. Now this is going to be a smaller wave count that we have. How it's fit, let's see. Because we need to have a proper justification actually, whether this wave count literally fits to our play or not. And this is wave 4. So this is your wave 3 here. And wave 5, just a spring over there, with followed by a big buys over here. And that is nothing but your wave 3. And if that is the case, guys, then yes, wave C is literally going to go up to the levels that I mentioned, around 41,800 or so. And that would be our bigger wave 4. This wave 4 was a smaller wave 4. This would be a bigger wave 4. Okay. And then you're gonna get a one more wave down, and that just one more wave down would be like a sweep of the lows, and alas. But nevertheless, very interesting thing about one more interesting thing is, so basically let's say this is wave 5. What we are watching is can be, because this is 1, 2, and let's say this is 3, and this is A, B, and C, but that is not possible because the degree of wave overextended by the wave 1. So practically this has to be 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 3, or maybe 3 here, 4, and 5 itself. So practically everything tells me that this should be wave 3 here, and this was wave 4. Now wave 5 can be like 5 waves, but looking at the degree of waves, you can see it's like 1. This can't be wave 2 actually. If it has to be wave 2, then probably this can be wave 2, but ideally the wave 2 should not go that too much big, because remember, when we are doing wave 5, wave 5 would always have low degree of waves for wave 2 and wave 4. Means the retracement would be very small comparing to wave 3. Very small. That's why it is the wave 5, people literally starts buying the wave 5 dip, because you never know when it is going to bounce. You people expect for 0.886 golden pocket zone, but I have seen majority of the times it bounces from 0.5, 0.38 to Fibonacci levels, which is a very shallow retracement. Now let's say this is wave 4 and 5, and we are doing wave 4 here. That would make sense. That's the only thing that makes sense and tells me that it goes up like this from here, let's say, and then we have one more wave down, take the liquidity, go to 35.5. This is your bottom, guys. People are going to shout and scream for the lows. We accumulate, and wave 5 is going to go up big time. So basically we trap more bulls here one more time before we literally liquidate them like this, like a 14-15% move on the downside. Can even go for double bottom kind of a thing, like we go and just wick the levels of 34,100 and 34,000 231, and goes to the levels of $34,000 levels. Practically just a wave fi. And when that happens, it's just going to be pretty much awesome. It's like 18% move, 15 to 18% move is guaranteed. At least I can say that you can have a very 15% move is guaranteed. Anything above 50% is like a bonus. Buy. So I think this makes sense for a wave fi, a final wave fi that gives you move down, have an like a running flat trap under the trend line. What you say is called the fuckery trend line. Just trap them, have some small accumulation, followed by a big pump and a recovery for the wave one. SPX also starts slowly, gradually go for a B wave, where BTC literally goes for wave one. SPX makes new lows, BTC don't make new lows. Alas, we go up. And even I may wrong on the SPX count as well. Because if we do close 4,301 above today on the SPX, I think this wave fi, what we are watching in front of our screen, can be a very different count, because it can be like this is W, X, or it'll be like A, B, C, W. This can be A, B, C, X, and this can be like A, B, and we are already in wave C actually. Very likely. And SPX also turned bulls, because dollar we don't expect, and then it's like SPX won't go much deep down and will just squeeze down to the levels of 4114 and start reversing. Then it would also mean that dollar index is going to have a little push, enjoy the small pump, and dollar index is going to have big time dumping coming. Now we also have FOMC meeting, where the probability that the rate hike would be somewhere around 50 to 75 pips. The probability is very high, or even I would say 25 pips. The probability is very high. It's like 75% people expect. So it's like, if let's say if it is already priced in, then I think we should be bounced. So guys, out of all the conclusion that I have, the conclusion is on the lower some time frame. This is the count that we have it here on the BTC, and this looks fit for now, unless BTC gives the closes on the 38,900, lose the levels of 38,900, then this count will slightly change. Then this count will have to be very different. This is the only count that I got it, practically when I was just doing counting since morning. This is the only count that fits for now. That is the only count, because these kind of a move is perfectly A, B, and C. That what I see from here, A, B, and C, and then pumps up. And this can be even wave 3 as well, let's say, and this is like A, B, and C, but most likely this is like 3 A, B, C for waves, small wave 4, or maybe like A, B, C, B, and then C, irregular expanded flat as what we call. And then you have it like 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and then again you have like 4 and then 5, something like this. So this is the thing that makes sense to me at these levels. Now looking for, let me just rename it. Just gonna put everything inside, so that just in case, just want to have a clear chart. So yeah. So now let's coming to the big question here is brush. So let's go to the 15 minutes chart. ABC count that we also have is apart from this count. Now the risk reward is amazing, guys, on these longs that we are watching. It's if we are literally holding the level. So now let's see on the lower some time frame. This was the big volume that came. The question is whether this big volume that we saw is just wave C, or this is literally going to be somewhat like, in my opinion, somewhat like just wave C, or it's like wave 1, A, B, C, irregular expanded flat, or a running flat that we're watching here, and just push it up. So practically I would like to take a long. A long would be anywhere from, like, let's say this is A, B, 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4. something like this. So best would be to long BTC on the sweep and with this stop. And the take profit targets, as you know, would be because this pattern is played out. So the minimum target is done. 886 is done. There are two things. Um, this is the bottom. We should be literally eyeing the levels. That is like a very nice risk reward that we have. Like very nice. 786 would be like 41,880. That looks. Now the lowest on time frame, just have to tell you is, let's say this is just wave one, and you got like big pump wave two, one, two, a big capitulation three, ABC four, and now we're starting wave five. Can be truncated one as well, but let's say if we do sweep this lows for the wave three, wave four, and wave five, like 39,000, maybe this would be the best level, or even long with a very nice risk reward, like a fucking nice risk reward, if it gives you like a 16-hour setup. But that's like a very, so what you would want to see is you do, now this should be acting as a resistance, so we should not be going up to 39,561. Instead we should be looking for some decline over here and sweep it up, bounce, have a dip there, take this lows, liquidity over here, and if you do hold these levels, guys, it's just going to be a very nice move on the BTC. It's just like an irregular expanded flat that we talk about, A, B, and C, something like this. You see, something like this. So I think if I have to tell you two ways of playing it, we can start loading from our bags from 39,177 till 39 or 39,161 till 39,400 $39,040, and with the stops on the 38,871. It's a very clear invalidation. So practically on the heart on time frames, this can be a move. One, two, three would definitely go to the levels of 1618 or 5 it can go to 0.886 Fibonacci levels. Like that. 880s. The perfect levels to full-fledged extent. The 3 would slightly go above, yeah, wick, and 5 would go there. Yeah. Just gonna do some changes in the count and the structure. Just gonna put it like minuscule for this move, and pretty much looks great. And it also fits with our bigger count that we have for the wave 4 that we are looking for, and looks pretty much solid actually, much solid. The only alternative way of doing it would be, the only alternative, because it's 1 2 1 1 2 3. BTC. I miss this long. It's like a very nice 11-hour setup. The squeeze on the lows should happen, but I would also say that anything above 39,600 and we might not get that squeeze. Or even I would say 39,572. But if we go above 39,572 on the lower time frame, so New York session is going to open very soon. And if today New York do hold the levels of, as I mentioned, 4,301, and we just close above those levels, then I think that the bottom might be in for wave A for SPX, and this would be like A, B, and C, and everything pumps for like 7-8%, and then everything dumps along with it. So probably SPX might not go for the lows that went DC, but this is not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or something. Let's assume SPX hold these levels. Today we close above 4,301, and let's say this bounce the wave A, because it perfectly bounced from the golden pocket zone. So you don't have any reasons to believe that that this might further go one more move down, likely, because BTC might just, if let's say look, you go, SPX will be targeting golden pocket zone. So then it would mean that the move up should be ABC. So let's say you close today like this, have a small retracement, retest, and pump like this on the SPX. And then SPX, once it's done, then we can dump for this move now, which would also confirm the WXY move, just in case if you're playing WXY. Yeah, the targets would be 3,984 to 3,873. The best long targets for SPX would be 3,930, a perfect $1 target, like plus minus $1, 3,929. But these targets will play only if this move play like this. Like we go up to the levels of 4,458, we never sweep these lows and collapse. The bottom might be in for SPX. We go for a V-shaped pre-glory. Cool. Everything should play only and only today. Both the scenarios will play if BTC CME closes the today daily about 38,520, and SPX today closes about 4,301. That would be very nice. Even if SPX closes under 4,301 on the monthly, it might be big trap, like the deadliest trap for the bears. And then just to say, one way of saying them, fuck off. But as you know, the inflation is rising and everything is happening, Feds are going to increase the interest rates just so as to curb the inflation. Seems like this might be very tricky actually. There won't be no more printing of money. Practically, the market needs to absorb the liquidity. If they don't absorb, it will be a very bad situation. Not only for PX, but for BTC as well. Let's play levels for now. Sometimes I do think that since 1944, after the British Empire, when British was ruling the world, British was known to be, British Empire was known to be at that point of time the superpower in the world. And after the Soviet Union collapse, I think US, even before the Soviet Union collapse, I would say, and after the British Empire just literally fall down in 1954, a new superpower came into existence, and that was US. Every a decade, or I would say every 100 years, I think every 50 years or 100 years, there is always going to be a change in the superpowers. And even before, it depends on how these superpowers, the countries gonna hold on to those levels, the way a superpower country should have it. If I have to tell you today that 2030, 2035, there is a likely that US might not exist as a superpower, and instead China might take this role as a superpower, and China literally becomes the world most superpower, and they dictate all the policy and every damn thing. It's not going to be really good for BTC, honestly. It's like these moves on the pumps and dumps is going to be like, a dot-com bubble pump to like 300,000 would be the end of the cycle in 2028. US literally gives up. They lost everything, like $30 trillion debt sitting in their balance sheet, and they don't have practically the assets to negate those debt. Huge military expenditure. They don't have much of, now no scope of printing more money to literally, take care of those expenditures. Practically, it's like their economy is sinking actually slowly, and it's like it's dying actually. This is what I mean. This is my personal thoughts actually. So I think, I think if I have to invest money, let's say, like for my kids, for my kids and for my uh, generation that's gonna come, inshallah, if ever this world is gonna exist, then I think once I get out of this as a billionaire or maybe multimillionaire in 2028 from BTC, I think the best place to buy or to invest will be China. That is going to be, you literally got ties with China, and China is still so strong. They don't need US. They don't need anyone in this world. Literally. And today, like more than 30 small countries literally owe China a huge amount of money. They have took loans from them. But why are we talking about this in this live session? I think it's irrelevant actually, because now we were talking about BTC. But I think the BTC plan is shared, so it's like we just have to wait and watch how things plays out. And maybe I'm just gonna type in my corner. And yes, guys, I'm really very sorry I won't be available today much, because today is, as I mentioned, the last Friday of this Ramadan, and I'm just going to go for a bath and a prayers for the afternoon prayers of the Ramadan of the Friday, and we'll be in mosque in the masjid till like evening, and probably we'll be back in the night. So once I'm back, yes, then we're going to be like, yes, all our prayers are heard, all our prayers. I mean, I just don't want to miss a single moment that I don't pray actually. For me, I mean, the money is secondary thing. The prayers are important, because if God won't hear you, if God won't answer you, all these things will never happen. Everything happens for a purpose in your life. So remember, the prayers are the most important things. Whatever you do over here, it's like all these are secondary. You are doing just to make a purposeful living, or I would say just a living. Now, for a purposeful living, you need to at least thank to someone who has given all these things. And honestly, as a kid, when I lost my father in 2008 when I was just like 14 years old, and my father did not left any sort of some millions or billions. It was just like a very small penny, but it was very he was very hardworking, and he literally left at least that much that we never have to beg or never have to ask money from anyone. And I devoted my 6 to 7 years just in grooming on myself, on education and everything. I became chartered accountant, got a very nice white collar job, made good money in the industry for like 5 years. and then of course crypto. So I think, we just have to thank because today is the very important day for us. We should be very grateful actually, whatever we have so far. One more thing, guys, I just want to tell you. You might feel that, uh, I also give a deep thought about this, very deep thought about this regarding the, the US superpower and everything. The the thing is, if you really want to invest probably for your kids, I think the China is going to be the best market. But it's so closed actually. It's very difficult for you guys or for anyone in general to invest in China. It's not that easy because they already have a lot of money to invest. They don't need the extra money from outsiders. I don't know how we are going to invest, but I think the Chinese or the China, but let's assume that China is going to be superpower. Is it like that? Then we're going to have live sessions in Chinese, isn't they? Because as then they literally declare that Chinese should be the international language. Then that would be very funny actually. But I think that yes, BTC for now. Okay, on the lighter part, that was the more important thing is, yes, I think the BTC is more likely doing irregular expanded flat. Just hope like we just get one more dip down and probably should be going up. That's what I have for now. And for ape, okay, let's talk about the ape now. Well, guys, I'm long on ape actually. In the morning when I got up, it was at around 20.72. I do think that this is a wave 4 actually, just in case. And my stops right now is at break even. If you just want to take me out, I don't care. But look to me like, we might just go for one more move up along with the BTC. So get any retracement like this and some sort of an accumulation like this, I think this would be very nice and should have a really big relief bounce. And and this will be like, in my opinion, this would be like a wave 3 top, 1, 2, and this would be wave 3. And along with the BTC dumps, it will have wave 4 drop, okay, under something like this. Now all these things the move upside will be invalidated only and only where ape literally lose the levels of 17.3. If we do lose the levels right now at 17.3, then the upside move will be invalidated. So ladies and gentlemen, this is what, because look at the volume over here. This was your clear wave 3. See the volume? Clear wave 3. And now we're going to have sell-off. So any accumulation that we get on the waves around 20.7 or 20.5, it's like a best buy for the ape in my opinion. And with a very tight stop loss, the stop loss will be $19. But if you're buying spots, I think it should be 17.3. Because if you get anything around these levels, you have a very nice 40-45% upside move that might happen on the ape. So honestly, I would not short ape. And right now the funding have turned positive, and you might feel that now it's the funding is positive. Why are we not shorting ape? You see, guys, did you saw this move on the ape? It literally dumped from 27.7 to 20.7 with a negative funding. Did anyone watch it? It dumped this whole move with a clear negative funding. You see? Like khalas, it just clears everyone out. Whosoever literally, whosoever have aped into the ape, it just, literally take everyone out. You can buy AXS in the futures, subject to that your stop loss would be 10%, and you need to compute your risk, that how much you're going to lose or you can afford to lose if the stops really hit. AXS is definitely a very risky long and a play. I am considering it longing. The reason is, the reason is because uh, AXS is at a very big levels, like where BTC was previously at $30,000. I do think so. Uh, I do think so. We shall be able to enter ape, considering if we do get that one more dip on the BTC at 39,100 or so. But let's say if we don't get that dip on the BTC, then I think we might not even get the longs on the ape. So yeah, it goes vice versa. Kava also made highs. Good that we did not. I told you that no more shorting. And I think Kava also looks like I have very nice confluences, like 3 confluences, big confluences for Kava. But I would say absolutely last levels for Kava is 5.65. Anything above 5.65, and it's just going to be like an ape. People see it like a rising wedge, and suddenly out of nowhere, this rising wedge turns out to be a big green candle, and liquidation happens, and it goes to 6.6 and something like this. So honestly, I'm not shorting Kava as well. It's like a very bad experience with the ape. Of course, we did had 2 successful trades on the ape as well from when we shorted. The first trade that we shorted the ape was this move, like 19.5. It just went down 10.3%, and to 17.3. We literally long 17.7 as well, and we ride it till 19.8. As I mentioned, it was like 11.5%. So overall, it's like a 22% move that we made. Now these both the trades also I took it, made nice money on both of them. And when we literally shorted with an average of 19.95 on the ape, and we stopped out at 21.1, there was some slippage. I realized I have not lost 172, but on Binance I have lost like almost 201 or 202 bucks. There was some slippage, so my stop got literally hit at around 21.3 or so, which was 6.7% loss practically. So there was a slippage. Yes, I do agree. My stops did not got triggered at an exact levels. But overall, of these 3 trades, people only remember the one because I gave it mentioned on the Twitter that I'm shorting. And I think, I don't know, but people feel pride that I got stopped out, and they are happy. It's okay. I mean, at least I am able to make someone happy. It would be nice in the Ramadan, huh? I should be a reason for someone happiness. So, for now, I think the BTC, if we do get that one more push down, guys, I think the long is going to be the safest bet for BTC with a very nice risk reward that we have in front of us. So, guys, I think this is what I have. And for BTC, I do think that any wick under the levels of 39,160 or 39,170 is literally the buys for BTC. Having said that, I think I'm going to end up the live because I'm just going to need, the time is up. I need to go for, uh, I need to go for show them at 5.62 because, so yeah, I think that's it for now. So thank you so much for joining, guys. And if you would like to support, you can trade on Bybit using my referral link. And that's it. Thank you so much. Have a nice day. Bye bye.